Get obsessed with your potential, not your paycheck. Because the truth is, most people are chasing money, but very few are chasing greatness. And that's why so many stay stuck, comfortable, broke, and average. You see, your paycheck is temporary. It pays the bills, keeps you alive, gives you comfort. But your potential? That's eternal. That's the difference between a man who survives and a man who creates. Look around you. Every great man you admire, the athletes, the entrepreneurs, the visionaries, they didn't start chasing money. They started chasing the best version of themselves. And money became the side effect. But most people have it backward. They chase the quick reward, the fast dopamine hit, the validation. They trade their potential for comfort, their future for a paycheck. Don't be that man. Don't let the world buy your time while your dreams starve. You're not here just to pay bills and fade away. You're here to build, to grow, to evolve into someone unrecognizable. And that takes obsession, the kind that doesn't switch off at midnight, the kind that keeps you up when everyone else is asleep. Because when you get obsessed with your potential, you start to see the world differently. You stop chasing things that don't matter. You stop caring about what people think. You start moving with purpose. Every morning becomes a chance to improve. Every failure becomes fuel. Every setback becomes strategy. This isn't about making money. It's about becoming the man who deserves it. The kind of man who doesn't need to show off because his work speaks for him. The kind of man who walks into a room and the energy shifts because everyone can feel the power of someone becoming. So right now, stop counting what's in your wallet. Start counting what's inside you, your drive, your fire, your hunger. Because if you master that, the money will come, the freedom will come, the respect will come, but only if you become the man who can handle it. Music rises, beat drop, get obsessed with your potential, not your paycheck. Because the moment you do, you stop living for survival and start living for purpose. We live in a world that sells illusions. Everywhere you look, someone's showing off a lifestyle, the cars, the watches, the vacations, the perfect life. But what they don't show you are the nights they cried, the debts they hide, the doubt that eats them alive. Most people are addicted to the image of success, not the process that creates it. They want the reward, not the responsibility. They want the attention, not the work. They want to look rich before they become valuable. And that's why most never make it. Because when you're chasing a paycheck, you're chasing comfort. And comfort is the enemy of growth. But when you chase your potential, you stop caring about the scoreboard. You stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. You start falling in love with progress, not perfection. The truth is, money can make you look successful, but potential makes you become successful. When you focus on your paycheck, your limits control you. When you focus on your potential, your limits disappear. Let that sink in. Every time you scroll and feel envy, remember this. You're watching the highlight reel of someone else's story while you're still writing yours. The world will try to distract you. It will try to convince you that success is about things, about what you wear, what you drive, what you post. But real success? It's quiet. It's discipline, not display. It's peace, not popularity. It's knowing you could flex, but choosing not to because your focus is too expensive to waste. So if you're chasing likes, you'll always be broke in purpose. If you're chasing growth, you'll never run out of wealth. Music swells, slow cinematic rise. Remember this. Every second you spend trying to impress people who don't care is a second stolen from the man you're meant to become. So stop chasing the illusion. Start chasing the evolution. Get obsessed with your potential, because that's the only thing that can't be faked, copied, or taken from you. Here's the truth about growth. It's not pretty. It's not glamorous. It's not something you can post for likes. Growth is lonely. It's quiet. It's uncomfortable. It's waking up before the world does, and working while no one's watching. It's hearing the voice in your head say, quit, and choosing not to listen. Everyone wants success, but no one wants the seasons of struggle that build it. See, growth doesn't happen when you win. It happens when you fail and decide to keep going. It happens when you're doubted, underestimated, and ignored, but you still show up. That's the real difference between boys and men. Boys quit when it gets hard. Men get harder to stop. Pause, softer, reflective tone. Every time life hits you, you have a choice. Break or build. Growth is built in silence. When no one's clapping for you, when no one believes in you, when you're carrying pain and pressure, but you keep walking. It's in those moments that you meet yourself. Not the version you show the world, but the version who refuses to give up. That's the version that makes you dangerous. That's the version that builds the life you dream about. So if it hurts right now, good. That means you're growing. If you feel lost, good. That means you're searching for direction. If you're tired, good. That means you're moving forward. Every scar you earn, every failure you face, is proof that you're still in the fight. And one day, you'll look back and realize that the struggle was the greatest gift you ever received, because it forced you to grow into the kind of man who could handle the life you prayed for. Beat rises. Strength builds in the music. The truth about growth is this. It doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you need to become who you're meant to be. So don't run from the pain. Embrace it. Learn from it. Let it shape you into something unbreakable. Because the man who grows through struggle is the man who eventually outgrows everything that held him back. Everything you experienced up to this point, the pain, the struggle, the failures, it's preparing you for something bigger. But preparation isn't enough. You need a mindset that refuses to settle. A mindset that doesn't bend to excuses, distractions, or fear. The first step to greatness is realizing this. Your circumstances do not define your future. Your past does not determine your potential. What matters is the mindset you carry into every single day. Discipline is more valuable than motivation, because motivation is temporary. It comes and goes like the sunrise. Discipline is relentless. It keeps you moving when you feel like stopping. It keeps you grinding when everyone else is sleeping. Focus is a superpower in disguise. The ability to lock onto a goal, to say no to distractions, to prioritize growth over comfort. That's what separates men who dream from men who dominate. And obsession is the fuel. It's a fire that burns inside you when you see what's possible. It's the hunger that keeps you awake, keeps you creating, keeps you improving. The man who masters his mindset. He doesn't wait for opportunity. He creates it. He doesn't hope for a chance. He earns it. He doesn't follow the crowd. He leads it. Here's the harsh truth. Most people will never understand your hunger. They will doubt you. They will discourage you. They will even laugh. And that's fine, because their opinions don't build your future. Your discipline builds your future. Your focus builds your future. Your obsession builds your future. Every day, ask yourself, am I becoming the man who deserves my dreams? Am I growing faster than my excuses? Am I willing to do what others won't, so I can have what others can't? When you make this shift, from chasing money to mastering your mind, everything changes. You stop reacting to life. You start controlling it. The mindset shift is simple, but not easy. Control your thoughts. Control your actions. Control your focus. Obsession, discipline, focus. These are your weapons. And when you wield them, you stop being a follower of circumstance and start being a creator of destiny. Beat rises, cinematic crescendo. Get obsessed with your potential, because a man with the right mindset can achieve what the world calls impossible. The grind isn't glamorous. It's not about fancy clothes, flashy cars, or social media clout. It's about showing up when no one is watching. It's about doing the work that feels uncomfortable, repetitive, and endless. The grind is lonely. It's the early mornings when your friends are still asleep. It's the late nights when the world is resting. It's the hours you spend learning, creating, and building, while others scroll, complain, and settle. Every successful man you admire has walked this path. They've sacrificed comfort for growth. They've traded sleep for focus. They've endured rejection, failure, and doubt because they knew the grind would pay off. And here's the truth. Most people quit because the reward isn't immediate. They want results without the work. They want recognition without the sacrifice. But the grind teaches you patience. It teaches you persistence. It teaches you that the only shortcut is consistency. Every rep you lift, every line you code, every deal you make, every moment you push yourself beyond what feels possible, that's how you grow. That's how you build momentum. That's how you separate yourself from everyone who settles. Pain becomes fuel. Doubt becomes a reminder. Failure becomes a lesson. You will feel exhausted. You will feel alone. You will want to quit. And that's exactly the moment you must push harder. Because the man who keeps going when the world sleeps becomes the man who commands a world when the world wakes. The grind is not temporary. It's a lifestyle. It's a mindset. It's a discipline that transforms ordinary men into legends. So embrace the struggle. Love the process. Relentlessly pursue the work that nobody else wants to do. Because while others dream, you will build. While others wait, you will move. And while others quit, you will rise. Beat crescendos, visual montage of success. Skyline, completed projects, satisfied expression, sunrise. The grind doesn't lie. It doesn't cheat. It doesn't fail. It rewards those who refuse to stop. Get obsessed with your potential. The grind is how you earn it. Now it's time to become undeniable. You've done the work. You've endured the struggle. You've embraced the grind. And now, the world begins to notice, not because you wanted attention, but because your results cannot be ignored. Becoming undeniable isn't about ego. It's about presence. It's about mastery. It's about being so committed to your craft, so relentless in your pursuit, that your energy alone demands respect. Every skill you refine, every habit you perfect, every decision you make with intention, it compounds into a reputation that precedes you. The man who becomes undeniable doesn't wait for permission. He doesn't beg for recognition. He doesn't rely on luck. He creates value, multiplies it, and delivers it consistently. Momentum is the secret weapon here. Every small win builds into a larger one. Every completed task, every challenge overcome, every lesson learned, they stack like bricks in the foundation of a legacy. Soon, opportunities begin to find you. The people who once ignored you now seek your insight. Doors that were closed start opening. Because a man who doesn't quit eventually becomes a force the world cannot deny. But remember this, being undeniable isn't about vanity. It's not about impressing others. It's about demanding your own standards. It's about proving to yourself day after day that you are capable of more than anyone ever imagined, even yourself. So, sharpen your mind, refine your craft, strengthen your body, and cultivate your energy. Because the man who becomes undeniable doesn't just achieve success, he commands it. He doesn't just build wealth, he builds influence. He doesn't just live, he leaves a mark. Get obsessed with your potential, master your grind, and become so undeniable that the world has no choice but to recognize your greatness. Now let's talk about legacy. The grind, the hustle, the sleepless nights. All of it has a purpose beyond money, beyond recognition. It's about what you leave behind. It's about the impact of your life long after the applause fades. Too many men chase wealth and fame, but they forget this simple truth. The world doesn't remember what you earned. The world remembers what you gave. The world remembers the lives you touched, the people you inspired, the standards you set. Peace comes when you understand this. You've worked not just for yourself, but to become the man who others can rely on, to become a beacon of discipline, focus, and resilience, to leave something behind that matters. And legacy doesn't require you to be perfect. It requires you to be relentless, to be authentic, to stand up, show up, and push forward, even when no one is watching. Every late night, every sacrifice, every ounce of effort, it compounds into a life of meaning. Because true fulfillment isn't measured by numbers in a bank account. It's measured by the lives you touch, the example you set, the potential you unlock in yourself and in others. So work hard, grind relentlessly, master your craft, build your influence, but always remember, the ultimate goal isn't just success, it's significance. When you dedicate your life to growth, to mastery, to discipline, you achieve peace. Not the kind that comes from comfort, but the kind that comes from knowing you've done everything you can to become the man you were meant to be. And when that day comes, when you look back on your journey, you won't just see money earned, trophies collected, or goals achieved. You'll see a life fully lived, a life that mattered, a legacy that can't be taken away. Get obsessed with your potential, build relentlessly, impact intentionally, and leave a legacy that outlives you. Now is the moment, not tomorrow, not next week. Now, everything you've heard, everything you felt over the past 25 minutes, it's a call, a challenge, a choice. You can stay comfortable. You can follow the crowd. You can let fear, doubt, and distraction control you. Or you can rise. You can commit. You can become the man who refuses to be average. Get obsessed with your potential, not your paycheck, not the approval of others, not the easy way out. Because money will follow growth. Respect will follow discipline. Freedom will follow mastery. The man who masters himself controls his destiny. He builds wealth, not just for survival, but for impact. He leaves a legacy, not just a lifestyle. Ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice today to become the man you dreamed of yesterday? How much discomfort can you endure to unlock the doors that have been closed to you? The answers define you. The grind defines you. The obsession defines you. So stand up, move forward, work harder than you've ever worked before, push longer than you've ever pushed before, become relentless. And one day, when the world finally notices, they will call it luck. But you will know the truth. It was never luck. It was discipline. It was focus. It was obsession. It was a man who refused to quit. Get obsessed with your potential, not your paycheck. Because when you master your potential, everything else will follow.